All tributes, please report to the town
You
square
gotta be
kitchen.
kidding me! What's going on? Don't they know that this is Sunday? It's my hunting day. I didn't even put makeup on today. Watch it. Fine, whatever. Let's get this over with.
Welcome to the first annual Hungry Games. And may the odds be ever in your flavor. And now for the moment we've all been waiting for, to choose our female tribute from District 12. And our female tribute is Miss Domestic Badass. It's badass. What the hell is wrong with you capital people anyway? Jeez. Hey, wait a minute. My name was only in there once, and look at all those slips. I don't think this is right. I want to recount. Domestic Badass. Domestic Badass. Domestic Badass. Domestic Badass. 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 Hey, wait a minute. What's going on? Did you have something to do with this?
Maybe.
Fine. Whatever. You know, I'm going to beat you and you at your Hungry Games. Where's my bow and arrow? I'm blowing this popsicle stand. Farewell, Miss Badass, and may the odds be ever in your... I know.
I gotta get a protein. What can I use? Hawk, yeah, that's exotic. That'll turn some heads. Nah, it'll probably be a little too tough. Wait a minute. Wild dog, yeah, that's always popular. Yeah, popular in the hub, not with the games. What to use? Wait a minute. Steady. Carefully. Yes! I got it! Ha!
Hunting is hard work. For some. For others, all it takes is a trip to the grocery store to find the right cut of meat at the right price. I found this lovely leg of lamb on sale and was inspired by one of my favorite recent books, The Hunger Games. I mean, how can you not like this story? It's got political ramifications, social commentary, intrigue, suspense, a love story, and the food! Oh my God, the food! I saw this leg of lamb and was inspired to create Katniss's favorite meal at the Capitol, lamb stew with dried plums. It's the perfect combination of sweet and savory, and the exotic spices will make you feel transported from your district straight to the Capitol. Here's what you need. 4 cloves of garlic, minced. 3½ cups of cubed potatoes. 1 cup of fresh or frozen baby peas. 4 large carrots. 1 large onion. 2 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar. 3/4 of a cup of dried plums diced. 1 cup of red wine. I use Shiraz. 2 quarts of lamb stock. If you can't find lamb stock, you can use veal or veggie stock. To season the lamb, you'll need 3 tablespoons all-purpose flour, 1/2 teaspoon of kosher salt, 1/2 teaspoon of cracked white pepper, 1/2 teaspoon of turmeric, 1/2 teaspoon of herb de Provence, 1/2 teaspoon of ground cardamom, and 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder. We're going to need to thicken our stew up, so we're going to make a roux. This is what you need for it. 3 tablespoons all-purpose flour, 1/2 teaspoon of the following: white pepper, kosher salt, ground cardamom, ground turmeric, and herb de Provence, and 1/2 stick of butter. You'll also need a little bit of olive oil, and of course, the lamb. Now this is an 8-pound boneless leg of lamb. I'm not going to use all of it. I'm going to take about 3 pounds of it and cube it. The rest will be put in the freezer to save for another dish. Now for the star attraction, we got to cube this lamb. Now I've taken some of the fat cap off, as you can see. A leg of lamb has a thick layer of fat on the outside to keep it nice and juicy as it roasts. Since we're not roasting this section whole, we're going to actually remove some of that fat. We want to leave some of it because it's actually going to melt into our stew and flavor it really, really well. All right, so what we're going to want to do is cut the meat into bite-sized pieces. Now, any extra fat or sinewy parts, if you find any, just chop those off, put them aside. If there are dogs in your household, you could actually take it boil it, and put it with their dog food. Great treat, they'll love it. Now, in order for our lamb to get as flavorful as it can get, we're going to actually dredge it in a combination of some flour and some spices. I have about 3 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, heaping tablespoons. To that, I'm going to add our salt, our pepper, herb de Provence, turmeric, garlic powder, and ground cardamom. We're just going to take our little whisk it all together. And my friend, you've just created a dredge. Now we want our stew to be nice and thick. In order to do that, we need to create a roux. Don't worry, it's easy. I've got some flour. I've got our spice blend. We're going to combine those, whisk them up. Now we're going to add this dry mixture into about 1/2 stick of butter that's melting on the stove. Just keep stirring it and stirring it and stirring it. It's going to start to get nice and thick. Now you're going to notice this color. This color is because of the turmeric. That does not mean it's cooked. We're going to keep stirring this and cook it for about 1 minute. And you'll actually start to smell it getting nice and browned. You don't want it to burn. So about 1 minute or so. Ah, I wish you could smell this. All those fragrant spices. Exotic yumminess. And our roux is done. I've taken it off the heat, set it on a cooler back burner until we need it later on to thicken our stew. Now we're going to prep our veggies. We've got our carrots peeled and sliced off. We're going to cut them on the bias, which, as you remember, is cutting slightly on an angle. You're looking for about 1/4 inch slices. Finished with our carrots, now on to our onion. I've got 1 large yellow onion here. New trick I've learned for cutting an onion, folks. Leave the root part on. And what you're going to do is, when you've sliced it, you're going to slice all the way so that you're very close to the end of the root. It's going to make all of your onion slices stay closer together, and it actually helps with the teariness from an onion. Who knew? And we're going to dice these in about a medium dice. Remember that dredge we made a little earlier? Now it's time to introduce it to our cubed lamb. Just drop it in, take your tongs, and then just mix it around so all of your lamb is nice and coated. Our lamb chunks are nicely coated. Now it's going to go into some hot oil. Going to get a nice brown on this lamb. Yeah. Now you'll notice that it's going to stick together a little bit, but as it cooks and starts to brown and heat up, those little chunks will separate, I promise. Just kind of break them up. Now I like to cook my stew in a tagine. A tagine is a really cool piece of Moroccan cooking equipment with a base topped by this great conical cover. What this does is when it's covered, it allows the steam to swirl up and then the steam swirls right back down, resulting in unbelievably tender and juicy foods. You really ought to try it if you haven't. Our lamb is browning nicely. Give it a little bit of a stir. It's been cooking for about 3 or 4 minutes. Now, we're going to add in our onion. And our garlic. let me tell you, nothing beats the smell of garlic and onions cooking. Oh, heaven. Our lamb, garlic, and onion mixture has been sauteing for about 2 minutes until the onion starts to get a little bit translucent and a little bit brown. Now we're going to add our red wine and our balsamic vinegar. Remember, when you add your balsamic, to stay away from the pot. You don't want to inhale those fumes. Now we're going to lower this mixture down to medium and add half of our roux. Next, we're going to add all of our veggies and then our stock. First, we're going to add our potatoes. Our carrots, our dried plums, and our peas. And we're going to give it a stir. Last but not least, we're going to add about 2 quarts of stock. And the other half of our roux. Cover it with the lid of our tagine and wait. We're going to let that cook on about medium to medium-low, monitoring it so it's not bubbling up too much, for about an hour. Now, you say you don't have a tagine. Don't worry, you still can make this meal. You can use a Dutch oven, you can use a large pot with a tight-fitted lid, you can even make this in a crock pot if you want, whatever floats your boat. The trick is keeping it low, cooking it slow. What would Katniss's stew be without some wild rice? Prepare yours according to package instructions, remembering to leave a little extra time because wild rice does take a little bit longer to cook than your average white rice. Now I can rest for a little bit.
Tributes, please report to the cornucopia where you will receive an item that you are in much need of.
Gosh, you've got to be kidding me. Wait a minute. Maybe it's that gas cooktop I've been looking for. Well, I do have an hour for that to cook. Can you keep an eye on things while I'm gone? Oh, thank you so much. Here goes nothing. What is that heavenly smell? Oh, my favorite! Lamb stew with dried plums. Is this yours? Would you mind if I take a little taste? Oh, thank you. I feel like I'm home in the capital. The lamb is so tender. The potatoes, divine. And all in a bed of capital wild rice. Oh, heavenly. Well, I'm going to finish this off. The rest of you can watch the Hungry Games at home. And may the odds be ever in your flavor. And have fun. And be fearless. It's so hot out here. I'm just tired. I just want to go home.
Rule change number 57. Prepare something vegan.
Wait a minute. Got the braids. Got the red shoes. What the hell? There's no place like home. There's no place like home. There's no place like home. There's no place like home.
Wow, what a weird dream. Hold on. I have the idea for our next episode. like rice. Wrong.